Welcome back to my channel. You're watching I Just Kept Paddling. Running. As you can see, today there's no running. I'll come back to that later in this video, why I'm not running. But also I wanted to give you a bit of a recap on the race. Now I've had a couple of weeks to reflect back on it, and also what the plans are going forward for the next sort of 6 months or so. So yeah, okay, so where I'll start is, I'll start right at the beginning. So the day before the race, actually 2 days before the race, I got all my stuff together with a kit list that was needed. So here's a picture over here. I'll try and squeeze it in there. So yeah, all the little bits and bobs, like you know, the rain jacket, all the gels, all the energy bars, the little bottle cup, everything I had for the race was there. To be honest, actually I didn't really need to take flapjacks or anything. Freedom Racing put on some amazing sort of aid stations anyway, so there was no real need for to bring too much food. The gels came in quite handy though, so that was fine. So yeah, moving on, we moved on a couple more days, and we're at the start line of my first ever ultra. I was slightly nervous. Obviously, you may have noticed that I mentioned that a few days before the race I was out in the garden doing some weeding, as I never do, and something just went in my right knee. So something hot. It felt like almost like a little pop. Anyway, I had this little dull pain in my knee, and yeah, I was a bit sort of apprehensive of the race with that. So sort of put that to the back of my mind, as runners do. You know, don't listen to your body, of course, just get the race done, and yeah, cracked on with the race. So here we are at the start, enjoying it. First 10k was actually really nice. I felt good, no knee problems, and just getting on with it. I think it was, yeah, when I got to this sort of checkpoint, which is mile 20, not mile, kilometre 20, I started to feel a bit tired, but I felt good still. You know, there was no issues, what have you. And then yeah, you see me sort of leaving kilometre 20. That's the second checkpoint. Nearly taken out this unlucky old lady. I didn't really notice how close I was to her until I saw her on the video. Anyway, luckily no one was hurt. And then yeah, then the wheels started to come off a little bit, I found. So I think it was sort of kilometre 25 at this point. That's when the sort of the knee pain started to get. I think it was just, you know, lots of undulated surface, lots of, oh god, I've got water in my eye. These swimming goggles. Lots of uneven surfaces, you know, and what have you. So I think it was causing a bit of issue on my right knee, and I could feel my IT band slightly sort of tightening up a little bit and getting a bit sore at this point. So then we move on to mile 30 at this point, and that was where I thought, oh shit, you know, that's where I thought, I don't know if I can do this, you know, do I pull out or not? And I was actually seriously thinking about that. I thought, am I doing myself more harm than good? Which I probably was, but me being me, I've been building up to this for sort of so long, and there's no way I was going to give up, you know. So carried on, and then I think it was around about kilometre 40, which is where I sort of met Dan from Dan Runs. I was in a real pain cave at this point, but then at this point at least I knew, worst case scenario, just, you know, walk the rest of it, you know. So yeah, it was just a case of getting one foot in front of the other at this point. And then at 45k you sort of really feel this is gonna happen. Anyway, slugging out those last 5k is probably the longest 5k I've ever sort of felt. Yeah, it was just so nice, you know, going through that little alleyway and then near the end, and then opening up to the vineyard at Denbies right at the end, and just knowing that you're nearly there. Anyway, across the finishing line with everyone, you know, there to congratulate me, which was lovely. The family were there, so that was nice. And then obviously finishing off, going home, getting pizza and watching a film. But anyway, that was the race. That's how it went. Yeah, since the race I've probably only sort of run, and that's mainly on treadmills, about 20k. I just, every time I get to about 3k in, I can feel the IT bands tighten up, pain in my knee. I did actually go and see a physio as well, and they say that it is what is it? It's a bursitis, so it's basically the pad behind the kneecap which is inflamed, and that's causing the pain. But also I'm getting the IT band, so I don't know if it's all sort of related and what have you. So I'm just going to probably give it a bit of a rest, get the fitness in other ways, maybe a bit of cycling, a bit of this, and hopefully in a couple of weeks I'll be able to get some good running in again. But fingers crossed. Okay, so over there is Desborough Island, and over on that side is Shepperton. So I should take you a little tour around Desborough as we're going. It's about a 5 kilometre loop. So I suppose the big question is, what now? So like I said, I'm going to have a bit of a rest from running for about 2 or 3 weeks. And actually next week, or right at the end of next week, I turn 40. I don't know how that happened, but anyway, so I turn 40 next week. I thought, what can I challenge myself with, you know, going forward? Keep myself motivated and what have you. So I'll set myself this challenge. This is it. I'm going to run 40 half marathons while I'm 40. So it doesn't have to be races. The rules are, it doesn't have to be races, it just has to be a half marathon on Strava. Also, if I do a marathon, that doesn't count as 2 half marathons, that's just 1 race. So that's the plan. So really, if I do it 1 a week, I should have 3 months off. So yeah, that's my challenge. Obviously I've got quite a few races in the diary. I've got a couple of marathons in September. I've got an ultra marathon already booked for March next year. And I'm contemplating doing some other ultras as well. Just obviously, at the moment it's hard to sort of think about that because, you know, the knee. But anyway, so hopefully the next video that I do will be when I'm 40. I'm hoping to do my first run in Cyprus actually. So I'm actually going to Cyprus on a little business trip, and fingers crossed my knee will let me get a half marathon done, 1 of 40 done while I'm out there. So yeah, until then I'll leave you with that, and I'll see you in probably about 3 weeks time. Until then, see you later.